You're welcome to this tutorial. Today we are going to talk about encryption in PowerPoint. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Encryption. We say this is the act of safeguarding information by using mathematical or alphabetical models to scramble it in such a way that only the parties who have the key to unscramble it can access it. Note, only the parties who have the key to unscramble it can access it. Right? Wow, this sounds grammatical, but then we'll find out what it means. Find out what it means. Alright, so I know you've heard of the word password, right? Password is something we are conversant with. You have a Facebook account, you are required to input an email or your phone number and then the password before you get access to your account, right? In your school email you need a username, you need a password. In your Gmail you need a username, you need a password. So yeah, it applies to in PowerPoint. All right, you can password a particular document. All right, so that's the entire concept of this encryption. Okay, so so how do we go about it? That's what we are going to learn in this video. All right, so that's what we are going to learn in this video. So right, I want to show you something briefly before. I've created two documents. All right, one named encrypted and one named unencrypted. All right, I want to use it to illustrate encryption in PowerPoint for you. So when I tap on unencrypted, you see it opens. All right, it opens without requiring a password. All right, and then here you see something like this is unencrypted. Right, so okay, let me open the encrypted. So note the difference. All right, in encrypted you see that it demands for a password first. All right, it demands first for a password. All right, that's the entire concept, that's the entire thing. One does not require a password while the other requires a password. Right, so you see when I input my password, right, since it is a password, it will not show you what I'm typing in. It will just bring out certain asterisks, number of password, in asterical form. Right, so when I hit OK, you see before it opens, you see that's the whole concept of you see this is encrypted, right? So that's it. That's what we are going to learn how to do. All right, so let me open this again. All right, let's say I type in a wrong password. Okay, you see what it told me? That isn't the right password. See, and it will never open until I provide the right password. On providing the right password, oh my god, you see it opens the document automatically, immediately, without delay. So that's what we are going to learn how to do in this tutorial. All right, so let's create a new page so that we illustrate the entire stuff better. So let's leave it like this, so we can a bit bolding it and then give it a shining color. So we are learning how to encrypt our PPT. All right, so let's say this is our presentation. All right, take for instance this is our presentation. So how do we password it? How do we encrypt it? The whole definition or the whole entire concept of encryption is in cybersecurity, and so in cybersecurity it has a deeper meaning than what we are teaching now. All right, even in software development, but then this is just PowerPoint. We don't need something heavy. It's just password. All right, just how to password your document and nothing more. So right after the whole, we might choose to save it. That's where it gets interesting, and this is where we getting started. We can choose to save it first, before encrypting it, or we can encrypt it before saving it. Whichever ways, it will still work the same. So let's encrypt it. All right, this is where it gets interesting. You go to file. All right, you go to file. You see on the left hand side, you see home, you see new, you see open, and the like. So where do we go to now to encrypt our file? You go to information bar. So this is where it shows you all the information about your slide, right? You go to protect information. Okay, this is inspect presentation, not this. Manage presentation, not this. Protect information. All right, so you hover on this arrow. When you hover on the arrow, you click it, so you see where it tells you encrypt with password. All right, the other options are not relevant to what we are teaching. So you see it tells you require a password to open this presentation, then you click. All right, it provides an option for you. It brings you to a page where it tells you that you should provide the password you want, or you feel like you want to, the password you feel like you will remember, and then you want to use in encrypting the content of this file. So you see it gives you a caution there. It says if you lose or forget the password, it cannot be recovered. So it is advisable to keep a list of passwords and their corresponding document names in a safe place. And then it tells you remember that passwords are case sensitive. All right, passwords are case sensitive. So I'm going to choose my password. All right, knowing fully well that passwords are case sensitive, so I'm going to choose my password. You can put a very long password. I think you have, like, you see, a very long password, right? As much as you want. So but then I'm going to put a very short one. All right, just 7. Right, and then it requires me to re-enter my password. That's to confirm it. So I'm going to re-enter it again, and then that's all. So successful now. So I'm done. All right, this is encrypting before saving. All right, so I'll now come and save, but then personally I prefer that you save first, because let's say you are done with everything in your presentation. All right, and then you save. When you save, let's say we'll save to desktop, right? The funnest part is that even if you are sending it to somebody, let's just say let's say Justin, right? So even if we are sending it to somebody, we must tell the other person the password, because it needs a password. All right, so there is no second alternative for it. You need a password to open it. So let's go back to our testing. Look at it here. So when I open it now, so you see it tells me I need a password. Okay, it tells me enter password to open file. Okay, so let's say I input just anyhow password. It will tell me this isn't the right password here, as discussed earlier. So until I put the right password first before it opens, and say okay, we are learning how to encrypt our PPT file. All right, so that's it. So there's something again I want to teach, something important I want to tell you. So we say choosing a password. How do we choose a password? We say a strong password should contain uppercase alphabets, lowercase alphabets, numbers, and punctuation marks. Even when you are trying to create a Gmail password, you must, it will suggest strong passwords for you. All right, so if you put in something that is too simple, it will tell you no. It will tell you maybe you should put 2 uppercase, 3 lowercase, 2 numbers, 3 punctuation marks or something, so that it's just difficult to guess. Okay, so I advise to put something that is difficult, that's not be easy to guess. All right, so password suggestions, so you can look at some of these things, some of these passwords trying to suggest. So you see this one, very, very sophisticated. This is Michael, but then the first 5 letters are in capital letter. Those 2 of the letters are in small. We have 2 numbers and we have 2 punctuation marks. Same for this Mary, 4 5 2 3 1 1 upper caps, 3 lower caps, 2 punctuations and 4 numbers. You see, so just tell me how it will be easy to guess all these passwords. Okay, this is somebody's number, phone number, right? But then one punctuation mark again, one uppercase letter, and 3 or 4 rather 4, what do we call it, 4 lowercase alphabet. So you see, this password will be very, very difficult to guess. All right, and so that's the best way, that's just the best way of using a password. Actually, best way of using a password. So this is where we draw the curtain for this video. All right, I hope you've learned a lot. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to comment if you have any question, and then share. Right, I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.